Hello everyone, it's me, Kat, bringing you day 20. Can you believe it's been 20 days? It feels like it's been a lifetime, but it also feels like I've only started like a couple of days ago. Anyways, it's at least nice to know that it doesn't take many months until it gets better. It only takes a couple of weeks. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. Today I want to lay some knowledge on your asses. It's speech time. Yeah. I want to open up your minds and your hearts to the life of domestic abuse, because I feel that in today's world there is such a high rate of women being abused, and the ignorance about it, yeah, as understandable as it might be, it's good. You should never have to actually understand it, because that means you've been in a situation or you've been close to a situation like that with a friend or a spouse or someone you love going through it. But in case a person who is being abused or has been abused comes into your life and you look at them and you say something like, "Oh, why didn't you leave?" or anything along the lines of that, that makes a person who's trying to heal feel a bit more damaged or weak or like a piece of crap, you have added to their pain. So let me introduce you to what happens, and maybe you can understand it a bit more, empathize a bit more, and react appropriately to situations, okay? Now, the first thing I don't think people understand is that emotional abuse and physical abuse doesn't happen overnight. No one just comes home from work and starts slapping their wife around, okay? If that's how it worked, chances are she'd pack her bags and leave. What happens first is the man or the woman, depending on who the abuser is, tends to start isolating you. Maybe you move away from your hometown. Maybe your friends aren't appropriate enough. Maybe I don't like you spending all these nights out with your friends. It's so dangerous, etc., etc. Maybe, oh, you don't need to work anymore. I can support us both. Next thing you know, you have nobody except for him. And then he slowly starts breaking you down so that you won't leave. So when he hits you, you think either you deserve it or no one else will ever love you. Also, abusers are excellent actors. They like to cry, get on their knees and beg for forgiveness. Oh no, it will never happen again. Oh, I'm so sorry. And so if you love them, you tend to let the cycle continue. They also sabotage people you are in contact against you. So if you do eventually speak out, they are reluctant to believe you. Maybe they're like, "Oh no, that can't be true. He's the nicest guy in the world." Or maybe he keeps talking bad about you, so that if you do speak out, they're like, "Oh, please, I don't believe you. I know you're nuts. You're the one that's got a temper. You're the one that hits him." Yeah, that's exactly what happens. When children are involved, oh my word, it's even so much more. I mean, they can threaten the children's lives, or you won't be able to take care of them, or I'll kill them, I'll kill you. You don't know, but it's difficult. Oh, what else? Oh, when it's a woman abusing a man, that's even harder to understand. And honestly, I haven't met men that have been abused by a woman, but I'm pretty sure if I ever did, it would have taken such courage for him to tell me that, because people can't understand. But it just goes to show manipulation, guys. You don't understand. Manipulation is incredible. I mean, if people could use manipulation for good, everything would be better, but people tend to not use that. They use it for bad. So just think, how can a grown man who is big and strong and muscular be abused and degraded by a woman? Because manipulation. How can a woman allow a man to hit her around and threaten her life? Because of manipulation. Manipulation takes a beautiful flower and crunches it up into dust. Okay? And I think a lot of people have experienced it, but to very small degrees. Like, have you ever seen in movies or heard when a boy says to a girl, "Oh, but if you love me, you'll ... Yeah, that's manipulation, and it gets so much more intense than that. Anyway, so what I want to tell you guys is, how do I know this? Well, my mother was abused. My mother was abused twice. My mother was abused by my biological father, and then he died. So she didn't get a chance to leave. Not many months after that, I was still very young, another man came into her life and continued the abuse. He was an excellent abuser because even though I was young, I had absolutely no idea he was abusing her. You know, men don't hit a woman that they're walking around with black eyes. Not all the time. A lot of the time, the bruises and the cuts are hidden. Yeah. And also sabotage. I thought my mom was nuts. I thought my mom was such an angry, destructive person and she hated me. And, you know, it's crazy what he made me believe about her. And you know what makes me so sad is that my mom eventually did. She went out of her way and she confided in the church. She told them what was happening and she asked for help. And they basically told her she was lying. But eventually, without support or friends or anyone believing her, my mother left. And then what happened? The same thing that happens to almost every single woman that does leave. He finds you and he kills you. Or he finds you and he tries to kill you, but not quite. That's what happened to my mom. He beat her so severely that doctors were surprised that she survived. Yeah. So even though the bones mended, the cuts healed, the scars faded a bit, she will spend the rest of her life mending her heart and her mind. So if you think about it, instead of looking at a person and saying, oh, why didn't you leave? Ask, why the hell would one human being disintegrate another person's mind, mental image, and confidence, and then beat them up and slap them around? Why would someone do that? How could a person do that? And also, how extreme must he have degraded that person that even though he was doing this to her, she could not find the strength within herself to leave because he took and sucked it all away? Guys, it's so intense. It's so bad. I know this wasn't fun or interesting or whatever, but I hope this allows you to understand a bit more because there are too many people that don't. And again, it's good. I never want you to go through that. I don't want anyone to go through that. But damn, the rates of abuse is skyrocketing. And if you can do something, if you can help someone, whether it's to get out or show them compassion or love, that little drop of positivity can really help them get through their day. But enough from me, everyone. I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow for day 21, which is what? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And stay warm. It's so cold, guys. Stay warm. Double socks, double pants, double jerseys. Have your blanket. Have your coffee. Yeah. All right. Love you all. Bye.